One day, 4 students came to Buddha. They had a burning question. Buddha asked them how he would assist them. One student asked Buddha, "Buddha, what are the 2 traits that can make one so successful in life?" Buddha looked at them in silence. He then asked to tell them a short story. There was once a wealthy man who lived in a village. He had 2 large parcels of land where he would plant his crops. However, the crops would not do well due to water scarcity. He decided to contact 2 men who would dig boreholes for the 2 farms. The 2 men were separately shown places where they would dig the boreholes. One was shown a place on the first farm, and the other on the second farm. The wealthy man gave them a month to dig the boreholes, as he left for a long journey. After a month, the wealthy man came back and inquired about the progress made by the 2 men in drilling the borehole. He decided to take a walk with the 2 men in his 2 pieces of land. The first man showed him 3 different holes he had dug on the land and found no water. He explained to the wealthy man that he was now digging the 4th hole and was certain his farm didn't have water, since he had dug deep holes in vain. He also explained that the farm had one of the hardest rocks he had ever come across. The wealthy man looked at him and wondered, but he said nothing. The wealthy man then took a walk on the second farm with the 2 men. The second man walked the wealthy man to where he had dug the borehole. He explained that though it was hard to find water on the farm, he kept on digging and digging. He had dug through the hardest rocks and had now found water after digging a borehole so deep. The wealthy man was impressed by the work that the second man did. He offered him a job to dig 3 boreholes on each farm. He then thanked the first man, paid him for his efforts, and released him to go back home. Buddha then turned to his students and asked, "What traits do you think the second man who found water portrayed?" One student said persistence. Another student raised his hand and said, "The man had a positive mind." Buddha nodded in acceptance. Buddha then explained that a positive mind and persistence made the second man find water. He explained that though the man came across the hardest rocks, he didn't give up. He remained persistent and continued digging the borehole. He also explained that the man was positive he would find water, even though he had spent many days digging in vain. One thing about life is we give up every time we face a small hurdle on our way toward achieving something. We fail to understand that the only thing that can stop us from achieving the impossible is us, ourselves. If only we would become persistent and realize that we are accountable for our trials and tribulations. A positive mind dictates our attitude, as well as how we approach things in life, while focusing on the promises of tomorrow, rather than dwelling on the mistakes of today.